All right, who's ready for soup?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, HD Soup. This is going to be a discussion video. We're going to be the 5 of us here discussing about the upcoming Soup update, which is for HD Renovation. We've been waiting over a year for it now, but we have some teasers and stuff that we're going to look at and just quickly discuss our thoughts so far on all these models that we've seen. And we have Myetal,
Hello.
Brosket,
Go on the video, guys.
we have Xuxu,
Hello.
and we have YoshiCraft 64.
Hello.
So all of us are gonna kind of just give our thoughts about each one. So I guess without further ado, let's start. So we have
Yes, sir.
Specimen 2.
Let's go.
Yeah.
First up is Specimen 2.
So what are our
nothing's
thoughts?
Final.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
this this gonna be the finalized model, or is everything is subject to change, right?
Everything
is
is
subject to
so,
change. Keep
yeah,
that in mind.
Everything is
subject to
subject to
change.
change.
Yeah, everything's subject to change.
For all I know, the final product could be a free-to-play match 3 in-app purchase.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But this is the most recent info we have on these
Exactly.
guys,
So everything is subject to change. So our thoughts right now could completely be more positive or more negative. We just don't know yet. So what do you guys think? Gel.
Bad posture.
I mean, he kind of already had
if
bad
I
posture.
can say anything, my personal thoughts on most of the specimens so far is that they seem a little bit hungry and skinny.
I thought you were gonna say quirky at night, but yeah.
I followed that too.
To me, they're a little bit skinny. I'm gonna say
Spooky Starvation Mansion.
I made that joke too.
All right, here's my thoughts real quick on it. So the animation is good. I just think it's a little fast, but that might just be the trailer. That's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Second of all, the model, that is just, skinny, big time skinny. I think that he just needs to be a little bit more expanded, a little more fat. What are you gonna? I don't know the word for it. Chubby. That's the word. Yes. So he needs to eat a little food, and then we're good. He's not bad. I'm not gonna say he's not the worst one for me, but
I will say I really like it. I like the animation.
Yeah,
I like the teeth
yeah.
and everything, but it needs to be buffed.
exactly. I completely agree.
I guess I'll throw in my thoughts here. I think I really like. First off, I think the head's actually pretty nice. Like the, it looks actually like a human head, which fits the whole thing. Like he's kind of a collage of people trying to like turn into a person kind of thing, which I think is cool. His teeth are nice. The body posture, I like. His hand being like really huge. If you look at the side by side, you can see like he has a really big hand, which is like kind of cool actually. And like his stature, the only difference is that he's kind of skinny. Although I guess in his case, he can get away with it because he's a slime monster that changes form.
Sure.
So
That's understandable.
Maybe he's picking a skinnier form today than normal.
Maybe just today. Yeah.
Yeah, today, tomorrow he'll.
He decided to create too many puddles.
some of the body parts just gone.
Yeah, sad. Well, you know what? It's not terrible. It could be a lot worse, but I think there's some tweaks that could be definitely done to him. That's really my final thoughts on him. So I guess that covers Specimen 2. So let's move on to.
All right.
What do you all think about the Specimen 3, the subjects?
The subjects. Yeah, they're 3D now.
They are 3D, yes. So
I like them.
I guess I'll
They're
start.
nice.
I think there needs to be a little more detail. I think there's just a little too. There's something about it. This is gonna be a recurring theme. There's gonna be a lot of them that feel like they're a little too clayish. But I think aside from the clayishness, they're fine. They're fine.
They do the job.
They do the job.
I kind of like the idea of making clay. Like clay.
Actually, of all of them, they're probably the one that makes the most sense to have that texture.
Yeah.
They're literally supposed to be like these like things they made in a lab. So of course, them being kind of clay-like kind of actually makes sense.
That's a fair
Some
point.
of them they
That
don't
is
make sense for.
The bodies of the.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some later that don't need to be clay, but yeah.
But that one makes sense. Plus, Dino heads in 3D, 10 out of 10. We
Yeah,
finally
I
have 3D dino.
I
heads.
like that. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know me when it comes to 3D models in HD. I mean, a lot of people know that I'm a fan of OG, of course, more because of the 2D sprites. I find them better. But there's always exceptions, and obviously, I do think that this 3D model works. It works for it.
It does the
Very
job.
well. It does the
you know?
job. All right, so moving on to actual Choo-Choo Train, Specimen 3.
Yeah.
They have more detail in the legs. I like that, but I think I prefer the old head better. I don't know why, but it looks scarier. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to the old one. But it looks great.
I think
yeah,
I'm the
very
same way
scary,
as
very
well. I
scary.
don't mind this
Yeah.
at all, though. I think it's really
Yeah.
good. I just prefer the older one slightly more.
Yeah, and I really like the legs, bro. Those legs moving,
Okay,
his
the legs are good.
animations,
The legs are good.
The animations are, I like the new legs. They're very, like, clawy. Like, that thing would freak me out in real life. And I love that the mouth things are actually, like, 3D. Like, they're coming out of his mouth now. Like, the
teeth.
little things. He's got
Yes.
his teeth, yeah. And before in the
You
older
can
version...
actually see the mandibles
yeah,
moving. In the older versions, you
in the
couldn't
old
see.
version,
They did
yeah.
move, but you
They
couldn't
did
see
move,
them very
but
easily.
it was like, yeah, non-existent. It was very not really there. So this is much more better. You can actually see them move, which adds to the creepiness factor of this bug's gonna try to eat you.
The only thing that I have a problem with is the color palette. It kind of looks brighter to me. I don't know if it's just me.
The
It
eyes look
does.
definitely brighter, but yeah, I guess it does look a little brighter.
So
Yeah,
you all
it's-
pretty
it's
much
hard to
You all
tell.
pretty much said everything that I found that I didn't like about it because I thought I was the only one.
All right, is that it for Specimen 3?
Yeah, that's it for Specimen
Yeah.
3. So I think we're all pretty positive on it. Just a few little minor things once again that they could tweak and fix.
All right, I guess next up is...
My name is Specimen 4.
everyone's
oh boy,
favorite.
Specimen 4.
Specimen 4.
Here's where things will get a little bit more critical.
Okay, so first of all, they are very, very, very different from the the
Yes.
new one is very different from the old
Very
one.
different. I mean, there's no
I guess
question
I
about
like how much detail she has more with the dress and everything. I think I need to get used to the head a little bit because I don't know why it looks a little bit weird in my eyes. Just the head.
I totally agree. That's exactly. I didn't realize we were the same on that. Dress is fine. Now I will say this: I've never really been a big fan of the static in HD with Ringu. But that has nothing to do with this. That's just
Yeah,
my
she
personal
has the same
opinion on the
static
static. So
effects.
forget that. Forget the static. Static aside, I think the dress is fine. It looks actually better. Head. That's a question. That's a questionable thing for me, especially the lips. The problem is the lips. I don't know what is going on there. She looks like she's just constantly wanting to kiss someone.
Ew.
I don't know what it is. It's just there's
To be fair, she's trying
it's
to
like
look,
she's sucking
you
her
know.
lips in or something. Like it's weird.
Ate a lemon.
Jada lemon. Yeah, it's a sour lemon. Sour lemon.
Lemon.
My personal opinion is first off, the animation, peak. The animation is so much better. Instead of her doing like a little, like she's flapping, she like just moves her arms next to her body as she kind of like hovers towards you, trying to like use her arms to head up or something. It's kind of, it makes sense with how much limited stuff they had, but this feels a lot more fluid. Her fingers are like, like crawling around. She's like
I
floating.
do like
up.
the animation too because the dress also floats.
Yeah, the dress floats. The old one, the dress didn't really move much.
It's a nice detail. I like that.
Yeah, it's more fluid now, and yeah, the head. I don't mind the head, especially the lipstick. I mean, she looks like a woman, like with lipstick now instead of like just random ghost now. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like I like the lipstick personally, and I think the eyes also.
OG Sprite's still
granted,
better.
Yeah, of course the eyes. Well, it's also a little hard to tell because of the static. You'd have to like, I guess, see it outside the static effect to really get a better judgment.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah,
I honestly don't mind it. Honestly, I don't mind the head. The hair is perfect.
The hair is great.
Honestly,
I like the hair.
This is honestly a good model to me.
She definitely is a very lost cousin.
Yeah. I guess that wraps
Never
up Ringu. So we'll move on to.
Oh, this is the fun one. Here we go. Now we're
Oh,
into
the
cool
fun
stuff.
one!
Oh, boy.
Bam!
I'm the
She's
fun
hunky.
one.
All right, this is basically if 173 and Wormy Charles had a baby.
You know what? That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad You might be onto something with that one.
Yeah, Soup Bab. We've kind of made jokes about this in the past. Personally, for me, this is one of the worst ones. So
Another example of the starving mansion. I like how we can see the eyes now.
One thing I will say this. Two things I really like. First off, is the head actually now fits more with the death screen. Because one of the weird things about her death screen was she had all those like black holes on her
Just
face.
whole thing, I like
But
the eyes.
like in the in-game model, she doesn't really have them. You can't see them. In this new suit model, you can actually see the holes on her head, which better fits with the death screen, which is
it
something
does.
It's a minor detail. It's one of the details I really, really like about this model.
Same,
Probably
I
my
like
favorite
that.
detail.
I'd say that's like
is
the
that
only
actually
thing
good.
that's probably positive about it for me. That is, I can't really think of anything else that I really like about it.
Oh, I also
Sorry.
like her legs. The legs are the other really good thing. I like the fact that they actually have blood around them. Like, they
yeah.
better fit with, you know, the whole, like, because on her original model, she did kind of have red on her legs, but it doesn't really look like blood. It just looks like orange stuff. Here it actually looks like blood, like the blood of her victims, which I think that's super cool.
I like the detail too. I like the walk cycle, it's good.
Yeah, the walk cycle is also, I mean, she's really hitting that strut. I mean, I know some people think it's a little too fashionista, you know.
I would be one of those people, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I would have
but
to disagree with.
I don't know. I really like it. It kind of clicked for me. It's what the animation, the legs, and the head are like the best. The weakest part is definitely the body being just really skinny for no reason. I don't even think the mannequin.
Some poor Bab got starved.
Yeah, I don't even think the mannequins are that skinny. Or like I've never played Silent Hill, so I wouldn't know. But like, it definitely looks much. It definitely yeah, I don't know. It feels really thin. I'd say just thick it out, make it a little bit thicker.
He's a model from
she's literally a model.
She's like one of those modern day models.
She's a model.
Yeah, she's a model. You know, she's got to have the perfect body.
I just can't get around it though. There's just something about it. It just does not resonate with me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry.
The blade seems smaller as well, but that just doesn't really matter. The blade is good, but it seems smaller.
Although I still don't think she's the worst of the bunch, but she's definitely down there for me. But the head, as you said, being able to see the eyes, the holes in there, it's nice. I do like that. It fits more the death scene, as you said. So I guess that's it for Bab. Soup Bab. Oh boy. All right. So next we move on to the little puppets in Specimen 6's
Yeah, the little
location.
puppets in Specimen 6's locale. Wow.
Oh my gosh. It's a 3D model.
Yeah. There's your. This is literally it.
I mean, yeah, they are 3D now, and
yeah,
very nice.
They're pretty nice. I don't have anything else to say. They're there,
yeah,
and they're fine.
I mean, I don't know what you can say about it. It's just a 3D version
there's
of
nothing.
the original model.
Yeah, but they're cool. They're nice. I like the one that's especially hanging low with his like leg down, his arms up.
It's a nice touch.
You know, he's striking a pose. He also looks way creepier. You know, I like the models. They're nice. They look exactly like the 2D ones, so there's not really much you can say there.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Unlike what we're about to get into next. No, just kidding. I mean, I have some thoughts on this one.
Okay, Specimen
6. Ben, here he is. This is going to be sort of a theme for this video, is the fact that a lot of these models are really good on their own if you don't look at the past of Spookies. Like, if you don't compare to anything else, if you don't think of, okay, this is in Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, if you just look at them as individual models, they're really good. But in the context of Spookies and how Ben has always been, I just don't see how it fits the Happy Mask Salesman reference and everything that he's always been to me. I get what they were going for. The more woodsy, drowned appearance and everything, and he looks way more scary now. I just don't think it works with this, with Spookies being such a cutesy game. And Ben, his OG sprite is always going to be amazing to me. And obviously, let's not compare OG at all. Let's just forget that. On its own, it's a good model, but does it really work in Spookies? That's what raises questions here. What do you guys think?
I wonder what he would look like if he had a different texture.
That's a fair point, yeah.
That's an interesting question.
It's hard to say. Part of me, when S.O.U.P comes out, I want to rip the texture rip the model and like try and put a different texture on it that like a less detailed texture.
I think it's a little too much detail on him is my problem.
He's the 3DS version of the model and not the N64 version.
Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison because one of the things in the concept art for that. Yeah, one of the things in the concept art was to keep the N64 low poly look, but it doesn't. It does. I mean, from what we've seen, it doesn't really capture it as much as like the original HD model or the OG one.
One thing is like even the 3DS versions of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they had lower poly. They had like similar polygon models, like maybe like a few differences here and there. Link, Zelda, and like Ganondorf are like the exceptions to that. But like random NPCs, they usually had a very similar model with maybe a different texture. That's what I'm getting the vibes from with this.
Yeah, I actually
the random
like
NPC.
The wood. I personally like the wooded texture. I just don't think he's N64 enough.
Yeah, that's exactly
kind of my
thought
thing.
Too.
He's not N64 enough. He's a little more modern than N64.
That's my problem. I just don't feel like and I've seen a lot of people say the same thing as me. They've said that he just doesn't feel like an N64 character. He just doesn't fit as well as he used to. I mean, have your opinions on HD's model all you want, but even that fit a little bit more than this one did. So.
Wait, I just remembered something. I think the strings are more noticeable on this model.
Yeah, that's one thing. They're a little bit more noticeable, actually.
Yeah, the strings are more noticeable. I mean, I can just definitely tell. You can see them really well. But hold on, I was gonna.
He's a puppet a little bit better.
I found him very scary, much more scary than he was before. But I kind of like the wood look, but I don't know. It looks a little bit weird to me. Just, I don't know why. Maybe it could have been done better, maybe more polished, the wood look. Because it looks like it looks like the wood has been, what do you say, being a little bit like in the weather or something.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally
drowned. That was what they were going for. I know that's what they were going for.
It wasn't a puppet before. It was a person, and then it turned into a puppet.
I mean, we don't know how it happened. It was magic, you know, sparkles and stuff.
I think, yeah, just in general, I think this model is good. It's just not N64. It's 3DS.
Yep.
I like that it's scary. The model itself looks nice, but it looks a little bit weird with the wooden part. I just don't like it. I don't like how the wood looks for some reason.
Well, that's fair, and I completely agree. I think that everybody knows that Ben is my favorite specimen. I mean, I hope everybody knows it by now that Ben is my favorite specimen in OG. I am not a fan of him in HD, but putting that bias aside, we have to, because I just can't, I can't use my bias against what this is here. I mean, what we have here. Yeah. So I always like to compare to OG, like how Spooky's was and how it always has been, but I just can't do that here. I have to look at this as like a completely different game, unfortunately. Even though it's still Spooky's, I have to kind of look at it as a different game, or else I'm going to be very, disappointed. So that's just how it is. I mean, yeah, I don't really like it, but I see what they were going for, and I respect that. So we just have to accept it. But I guess moving on to the next one.
Specimen 7 Slugs!
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, so these are the Slugs.
Yeah, the Slugs. They're massive. Brosket, what do you think about it? They are huge. They are. Why are they so big? That's the problem. I mean, I don't understand why they have to be that big. And
honestly,
no offense to anybody, but why are they so big? Why? They're not that big in the other version.
They really want to make themselves known. They're so underrated that they're just like, okay, come on, look at us, look at us.
Best character in the game.
Oh, best character by far.
Yeah, jokes aside, I think everyone can agree. I think everyone here has the same opinion. I mean, not everyone in the world, but like everyone in this VC, I think we can all come to the conclusion that I think they're fine, but they just need to be a little smaller. Otherwise, they're perfect.
Stand out way too much.
Yeah, they should be a little smaller, and then they'd be fine. I mean, they look good, and I like their slug animations. They kind of like squish him back. They look like slugs on the ground. They just need to be a little smaller because they're more like eels than slugs.
Yeah, I think it's just the size is the issue here. They're
size.
way too big. I mean, why?
Yeah, the ones with big, but they're huge. They're huge.
Sure, they're fine, but they're just too. Oh my
Yeah.
god. All right, well,
Okay.
I think that's a consensus, right? We all agree on this one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're nice, but a bit too big.
all right, next is our favorite kitty, the white cat.
All right, let's talk about the white cat.
I like it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know Xuxu loves it.
She looks nice. I just think she's looking a little too far up.
N64.
Like if she's looking at something, to me it looks like she's looking at something above the player and not at the player.
Yeah, that's exactly my issue with it. It looks like she's looking too high up, and also the shape of the head is a little strange to me. It looks too
I
much
think
like an
the body
N64
is
character.
perfect and flawless.
So very cute, the cutest thing ever. The head is a little bit big, though. I do have to agree with that. The head seems a little bit big, but it's so cute.
I don't think it's the size of the head. It's more so that it's just not looking in the right area.
Yeah, that's more. Although that's more of a coding issue than like a design issue. But anyways, the reason I know why her head is that way is because that's what her head kind of looks like in the original. It's like this weird oval shape.
It is, yeah. The original, it is sort of an oval shape, and
It's like this weird kind of.
I can see
Yeah,
that
half
it's
oval.
fine.
Shape seems to be the same. It just seems a little bit big.
Yeah, her head is a little bigger
Yeah.
than. Although honestly, I'm kind of a sucker for like big head on small body. You know, cute designs. You know, it's like the chibi design. You know, chibi characters when they like give them like small little bodies and like they have like huge heads. You know, that's kind of what this is. You know, like a
I
little
would just
chibi.
thin out a little bit on the sides and have her head a little lower, and it's perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
when I say lower, I mean looking a little lower, like not
So
as high up looking.
we just make her
It
short.
makes it look like she's looking at our hair sticking up or something.
Cute.
Maybe she's looking into our mind and not our eyes.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Think about it. Whoa.
All right, we
Anyways,
need a 10-hour lore video, Brosket. Get to work.
Okay. Now for my opinion, since obviously I'm like this is like my second favorite character. I love the animation. The tail swinging is just like the original. You know, I like I love the design. It's perfect to me. It's everything I would have imagined from a 3D white cat. And I like one detail I think is super cool is like her body's like semi-transparent, like almost like especially her lower half, because like she becomes more transparent the farther you go down her body until she hits the floor. And she's
She's
almost
like a ghost, right?
yeah, she's like a ghost, which
Yeah.
makes sense. She's like a spirit guide, you know, so it perfectly
Or
fits
maybe
it.
she's just in our head or something. You know, that's what
it
it's
seems
going.
that
for.
idea of her not being truly physical, she's more spiritual, and that's like a really cool detail. That
Yeah.
and it would be
Yeah.
it's much harder to do that with the original 2D sprite because you would just made it more transparent and it would look kind of funny. But here with it's 3D, you can actually properly show that, and I just think that's really neat. Well, with the cat out of the way, with the cat in the bag, as they say, let's talk about Specimen 7.
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual
Oh
wall.
yeah, Wall of Flesh.
Here we go.
Absolutely love it. My personal favorite, I think, one of my personal favorites at least. This one is just perfect. I have no complaints on it at all. Isn't that a shocker? No, Ryan has no complaints on HD? Yeah, I don't. None. I love it. It's perfect.
It's the same for me.
Yeah, it's
It's very
It does
it's very scary looking, much more scary
Yeah.
than the other one was. And I mean, we can't really see how 3D it is yet, but I'm sure it's gonna be like 3D, like the
yeah.
you know,
It looks 2D drawn from what we've
It probably
seen.
pokes out a
Yeah.
little bit, which is going to be nice.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Not
say.
too
Yeah.
much,
It looks
just a little
great.
bit.
Here's the big question. Is it gonna be a 2D PNG or is it gonna be a 3D like morphing?
Yeah,
that's
that
what-
we
Mm,
don't
that's
know.
what
yeah,
I'm
we don't know that
We
yet.
don't know. But if we say it's a 2D PNG, like let's just assume it's 2D because we don't have proof it's 3D yet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right now, it's beautifully drawn. It almost
Yeah,
looks more like the one drawn in Acto, actually, the original one that was ported over to Spookies. It looks more like that one. where
Yeah,
it's like
it kind
more
of does.
dark and like decrepit. The skeletons, it looks more morbid. It really fits that idea of this being like some horrific wall of people. I don't want to say wall of flesh because people are gonna say it's Terraria when it's not. It's Gygus, but whatever.
Terraria. No, actually, the name. I think the name is Wall of Flesh, but it's not referenced to that. Yeah, you know.
It's
the
not
other
that
one.
Wall of
Yeah,
Flesh.
yeah.
Coincidence.
But perfect. I mean,
Yeah, it's perfect. There's
Okay,
no.
perfection.
perfect.
Perfection in its finest.
We won't have to
Right.
go on for 10 hours, unlike me with. What have they done to me?
all right.
Poor Ben. All right,
Let's
well,
talk about
praise
Daddy
me.
here.
He also looks very different from the old one. The cloak animation looks great, and the inside the animations of the faces also look great. I like the cloak. The upper part of the neck looks a little bit weird, but the face is completely different, and I guess I like the older one better, but it's not bad. It's just, yeah, again, I'm just being the old school one that I prefer, but
Yeah.
Other than that,
Totally
it's
fair.
great. I don't like the neck, the neck part of the cloak. It looks a little bit weird, and other than that, it's great. Just a little different, and because of that, I'm not used to it yet.
My one problem here is the eye. We have a direct comparison here. One on the left looks like he's directly staring at you.
The person is getting close to it, and it's still looking at us. The other doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yoshi-
I see
Oh
it
yeah,
now.
I see
Yoshi
it.
is
I
right.
see it now.
Mhm. There's an issue.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if Dear Lord actually. I don't know if the original model is actually looking at you, or if it's just like a trick to make it look like it's looking at you, which I've seen on a variety of different
Yeah,
things.
it might be an accidental optical illusion that was just very well done. That the creator,
Yeah.
I think Sirius Norbo made this model, if I'm not mistaken. So it was kind of an accidental, like, oops, I made something that
It looks
actually
very cool though. The other one, the problem is just that he isn't looking at you, and he doesn't look as imposing. He looks a little stupid, honestly.
Goofy. Looks goofy.
Yeah,
he looks like he's not paying attention.
Yeah. Old model, obviously, for me, is a lot better. I don't know about this one very much. There's some issues I have with it. The eyes, for one, I thought they were just a little too big, but now I see what Yoshi's saying. The neck, Xuxu's mentioned, yeah, there's an issue with that for me. Also, it looks like when he opens his cloak, it looks like there's some sort of mechanical factory going on in there from far away. I don't know why, but it looks like it's just some sort of mechanical factory. It doesn't look like faces at first glance. It just looks like some sort of, it might be the coloring. There's just something off about what's going on in there. And good Lord, what is happening in there? I don't know. The only thing I do like is the animation. The animation is nice.
The animation is amazing. In fact, it's probably of the models. This is
top notch.
yeah, I think definitely the eyes, the original eyes looking at you is really cool. I think his horns are like stretching out further. His antlers stretch out further away.
They are
Mhm.
bigger.
Compared to the
Yes.
original one. So they're like bigger in that department. Like if you compare the two, you'll see like
Yeah, they're
one has
definitely
like
bigger.
antlers that like go out farther. The head's fine to me. Of course the eyes, I think it's cooler when he's looking at you, but I don't mind them as much. The body, honestly, one of the things that kind of is weird to me is like the fact that he's kind of thick. I don't
Yeah,
really
he
see that
ate
guy,
all the
you know, I don't-
food. He ate all of Bab's food and Gel's food. Okay? He took all the
He's a
food.
little big.
He was
He's a
hungry
little
after
bigger than
all.
I'm used
Lost
to.
in vivo.
Yeah,
You know?
he's a little bigger than I'm used to, you know. But otherwise, you know, I like the inside moving. The inside of his cloak moving with the face, I think, is amazing. I love
The
it. You know?
zigzaggy cloak is a little off to me. I don't like that as much. I think that
When it's open, it's great. When
it's open,
closed,
yeah.
it's-
Well, except for the mechanical factory going inside of it. But the animation is spot on. I love the animation for it, but that's about it that I really love. I really don't have much else that I really like about the new model, unfortunately. The old ones,
Yeah.
just everything about it was so good. It's what made Dear Lord so great in HD.
I was gonna say I like how half of our problems or complaints that some models are too thick and the other are too thin.
Yeah.
Too thick, too thin. Yeah, we're really judgmental, aren't we?
Wow. Wow. Okay, time to cook up the
We're gonna
Google.
get banned off YouTube. Oh no.
Oh no! All right, well I guess that sums up Dear Lord. We really need Adele's opinion on this, but yeah, I guess we'll move on.
Yeah, move
so,
on to Taker time.
Take our time.
Both the head and the boss. Let's
Yes,
combine them.
we got both the head
They're
and
two
the
separate
boss.
things, but like they're also the same characters. Like we'll just like
Sure.
put them together. So we'll start with Taker. I'll start off by saying the things I really like. First off, ignoring the animation. If we ignore the animation, ignore the animation. The model is amazing. I love the model. It's probably one of my favorites.
Really?
Not just because it really resembles the original Red model a lot. Like the deep red, the way the texturing, the more like the creases. It really reminds me of like the original Red creepypasta a lot more than the original did.
The animation, obviously, it has to be a joke, right? It's not real. It can't be real. Is it real?
Is it real? Oh.
I don't know.
We
If it
don't
is
know.
real, it's
I don't know
bad.
if it's slowed down in game. I don't know if it's slowed down in game or like if it's for a specific cutscene or what the like why his jaw moves so funky
so
like that. But ignoring
weird.
the animation, I love the design. And also, one other thing is that I like that his head actually like resembles more of a human head. He looks like he actually came out of Unit 731, like he was a survivor, like the original entry says. He has more of that humanoid head of an actual human who came out of an experiment.
Okay, I'm a little indifferent on the model. I don't think it's the worst one, but I don't think it's the best either. I think it's like I said, it's one of those things where I'm looking at, you know, I'm trying to compare to what the original is, and it definitely is something I got to get used to. Yeah, it's really all I have to say is because I have more opinions on the next one.
I find it scary.
Well, what do you mean? Oh yeah, we're talking about the boss
It's definitely,
form. I was about
it's
to say
definitely
Specimen,
scarier.
Boy.
It's definitely scarier though.
Here we go.
I'm not a big fan of Taker.
We're talking about Specimen.
Oh,
even
yeah.
at the frame, even at the one frame we were paused
this
at.
is the boss form, and I have to say this, guys, this is my least favorite one. This is it.
I
This is the
agree
one.
on you. I agree with Ryan here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the mouth. Is it the mouth like the black area? It looks, you know, it's just like jaw.
Yeah, it's like the mouth goes into like his. If you look at the concept art's amazing. The concept art's great. Like he's the black eyes here, the mouth that leans in.
Robot, Myetal.
You know, like it looks like Taker Boss. And then the model is a concept art is great. I love the concept art. It looks perfectly just what I expect from a soup taker. And then the actual
And then we get
model,
this.
yeah,
it looks like he's seen some shit.
brighter.
He has seen some shit lately.
He's some deep stuff right
Oh,
there.
he's seen some dark stuff in 731 and Unit 731. I'm telling
Yeah.
you,
Yeah,
it is.
the glowing eyes are really killing it, I believe. The
That is
glowing
horrible.
eyes, just
That's the
remove
worst
glowing
part of
eyes,
it. It
is
ruins
10
it
times
completely.
better. 10 times better if he didn't have glowing eyes. That's what all I'm saying.
When
The
I saw
model
this
is
for the
great,
first time, I had to make sure the
mistake.
calendar didn't say April 1st.
Yeah, it's the mouth. The mouth is a little. It's mostly the eyes that are really throwing off. Everything else, heck, even if you remove the eyes, it'd probably be like 10 times better if it just didn't have the glowing eyes. Because the body is good. The
Body's
body
all
looks
right.
just like
It
Taker
could be a little
Boss.
more red, I think. It's a little too orange
Yeah,
for
it
me.
could be a little bit more red, but like otherwise, it's you know it's Taker Boss. It looks like a human body,
Yeah.
and then you have his head, which is kind of a little funky.
Just the face. Just no. It just makes it the
I
worst
was
one.
about to talk about the belly button is huge, but then but now I'm seeing it. now I'm seeing two eyes closed and a mouth. The ribcage has
Oh,
two.
I see that
Oh,
now.
nice, yeah.
Oh, I can't unsee that anymore. Oh,
Oh
my
God,
god.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
that's really weird. Okay, yeah, we're finding weird things out of this one.
But-
How about the back of it? It spins around, right? Yes. So, you got that ass. I don't know about that. How I feel about that.
Yes, that is like I noticed immediately. He's got a little bit of cake now. kind of crazy.
He's so sick, though.
Yeah, take that ass. I don't know how I feel about that. And we have another one coming up that actually shows some as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah!
some booty. Oh boy, we'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate it. It's the only one I'll say I hate. Okay, the only one I'll say I hate.
I really don't enjoy it. It looks very weird.
Yeah, just the eyes. You know, he's hitting that like that
He's
laser like eye
just
bit of-
staring like, what? Like he's
Rage.
just seen some shit in 731.
Anyways, let's
All
move
right.
on to Yoshi's favorite character, and I also
yeah.
threw in some beta. I threw in some beta 10 footage here too.
All right, we'll let Yoshi start because it's his Eel Boi.
Yeah.
I like him. He's cool.
I like him. He's cool. There you go. That's all. That's all. Sums it up, right? Okay.
He
All right.
looks very different. I like that the eyes sparkle, but I don't really like the shape of the upper part of the face. It looks a little bit weird. It just looks a little bit blocky. Minecraft, no. But I guess it's for what it is it's good, but it's very different indeed. Just more squarish.
Brosket, what do you
But I
think?
like the eyes.
The only complaint I have is the eye position. They seem too far away from each other.
Too far away from each other? Yeah.
Opinion. Honestly, this is kind of one of the ones I like alongside Taker Boss. I'm not really like the biggest on. It's nice though. It's you know it's Eel Boi 3. I like the body segments. The body segments are great. They look like you know, like the original circular things that were connected to his body. The head is okay. I like the teeth. The teeth are nice. The mouth is nice. The little animation where he's kind of like goofily like moving towards you with his mouth, like he don't look that threatening, which actually fits with his original cat also being docile. He was just a pet after all. He's just a scary looking pet. I wouldn't actually have it as a pet, like a cockroach, but whatever. Anyways, point is, the eyes are nice and stuff. It's just the head's a little weird to me, but you know, it's okay. You know what? It's okay. It works for a guy who dies instantly as soon as he spawns.
I can agree with that a little bit. I think for me, I feel like, first of all, the coloring is a little off for me. I feel like it matches too much of the wall, like you see in the background. Like it just kind of looks the same.
That's kind of...
The animation feels just a bit too friendly. I know he's supposed to be docile, yes. But the thing about Eel Boi in OG was he seemed kind of menacing. He just the way he moved and his facial expression just was a lot more menacing and a little more evil. And seeing that
it looks scary to me. The way about the fact that it doesn't scare me. Yeah, it doesn't give me that. I like Eel Boi for what it is. So
I just love the way Eel Boi was, and here he feels like more like a moving piranha plant. I mean, his animation just feels like when he chomps and stuff, it's like he's like a piranha plant. I mean, I think there could be some fixes with him, coloring, animation a bit, make him a little more scary, like the way Eel Boi always was. I think we all can agree that. Well, not all of us, but I'm sure most people can agree that the way he was, it's just he had a more menacing look to his face, but yet he was still a docile
he was
pet.
scarier.
Yeah,
the fact
definitely
that
looks scarier.
Is better to me.
Well, that's it for Eel Boi. So.
All right, now let's move on to the next one.
Butterfly!
Yeah.
Oh boy, we have some memories with this one, gang.
Remember what I said to the slugs? Same thing.
Too big.
Yeah,
Too big.
The one thing I will say is I'm really glad with the improvements they made. First off, they made his animation way less butterfly. He's like actually walking now, rather than whatever he was doing before, where he was just kind of like jumping around.
Still too big though, and he's still flappy.
It's better, but it's still too big and still too flappy. But it is better than Butterfly that we were making fun of.
The original one.
That was an absolute joke. That was already the worst one there was. There's nothing that could have been worse than that. I still agree with Xuxu that it's still a little too massive compared to what Specimen 10 really has been. It's just a little too flappy and too big. I think the animation's better though. Animation is certainly way better than what it was when his running cycle, I should say. His running cycle is
butterfly.
We're not even gonna get into that, but also notice the ass. Yes, he's got some booty as well. We can see it, and it's very noticeable.
I will say, like the teeth and everything. You know how it looks. I like the color. I love it. Yeah,
okay,
I love it.
I like it as a mix of like human teeth and regular teeth. That is a really cool detail. It looks like an alien. It's got human, regular teeth. It's got a mix of different teeth. It's not consistent. They have the mouth. The inside itself with the teeth and stuff is amazing. I love it.
The color and the overall, it's good. Just make him smaller, not like a butterfly, and that's it. Yeah, the rest is very menacing, very much scarier than the old one and the PNG. I like it in that aspect, but it's just huge, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, OG sprite of Specimen 10. I know it's just like a cutout drawing, but it's still my favorite. It's still my favorite, and I think if they kind of made it more like that, I'd be happy. But okay, I know they're not going to do that, but at least if they can make it a little smaller, like make the wings a little less wide and flappy. Just shrink it just a little bit. I think we would be in good shape because the teeth are great. Everything, the details are really nice, and yeah. Just don't look at his backside.
Yeah, not like you're gonna see it because he's always faking.
Yeah.
This one is still my least favorite out of all the models.
They have to make it less butterfly. I remember Yoshi saying something about the concept art looking okay.
Yeah, the concept art. Yeah, the concept art. If you look at the concept art. Not bad at all. Like the flappiness. I
still think his original HD model is the best design he has.
Yeah,
well, actually, I'm pretty indifferent between his OG model and HD model because they're pretty much the exact same.
Well, overall, the walk cycle is better. Could be smaller. The teeth are all right, are pretty good, and everything else is probably not that great for me. I mean, everything else.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say the positives about it. And that's pretty much it, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
Yoshi's it's the bottom of Yoshi's list for me. It's not the bottom, but it was the bottom before when the funny.
Yeah, when
came
it
out,
first
but,
came out, it was.
But
it was a
it's
hard
still
life.
low on the list, but it's not the worst for me.
Yeah, it's better than it was before.
Better
Like
than
I
it
said,
was
they
before,
kept-
but there could still
and
be a
nothing's
lot of
final till
improvements.
it ships,
Yes.
so we won't really know the full thing. So it could have.
Yeah.
It could
Until then, he will still always be a butterfly to us, though. He will always still, no matter what, be a butterfly.
You'll never live that down. You'll never live it down. All right, next up is it's time we get some beef.
Beef.
Time to get cooking. I mean, look at it. Look at those shoulders. I mean, he's got the broad shoulders. He's got like the football
He's beefy.
shoulders here. Yeah,
He's
literally.
a little too beefy, I think. I think that's the issue. I think he's a little too beefy. He's got that kind of shriveled kind of look to it. I don't know why. He just has that kind of shriveled feel to him. Overall, for me, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I have to just say that.
When I first looked, I was like, I was being nice and I was saying I need to get used to it. That's all I said. Because it looks, to me, it looks very different from the old one. Very different.
Very
like the
different.
color is different, the horns are bigger. I think I need to get used to it.
First off, I want to say I like that he's more detailed, because one of my biggest problems with the original is he was kind of bland looking. Like he didn't
Maybe
have
just
much.
a little too. Yeah.
He didn't have much to offer. He was just kind of a red guy with some long nails and some horn. He looked like, literally a demon, and he was red. This one actually emphasized more of his meatiness to it. He's got like cow legs almost. He's got like legs like an animal that fits more with like his whole animal theming. He looks more like muscular almost. His nails are more noticeable. He's more detailed. That's kind of the thing I like.
No wonder Xuxu's starting to like it more.
Yeah, he's more detailed. He's more detailed. He has more. He has more.
Well, for those watching, Xuxu's favorite specimen is beef. So.
Yeah, I like the horns are bigger and they're more menacing. I like he has more to offer. There's more to offer now.
I will say just one more time, I'll get used to it still. I'll get used to it. But yeah, he's very
I have to get
different
used to it
than the
too.
old one,
But
definitely.
what about Yoshi? What do you think?
It's not bad.
It's alright. Pretty indifferent.
Okay, so you're in the middle on that one. Yeah, he's lower on the list for me. I just never got. I've been trying to get used to him. Just looking at I have nights to just stare into his soul and just look at him and try to take it in, and I just can't.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
Kinda,
I'm sorry.
Sometimes it just doesn't stick.
It doesn't
Sometimes
stick
don't
with
stick.
me. I see what they were going for, and you're right. The meatiness and all that, the detail and more
animal-like.
More animal-like, yes, and that's what it resembles the notes and all the lore and all that. The lore, but I just can't get around. I just have a lot of bias when it comes to the old sprites and models, and it's hard for me to get used to that.
That's kind of like one of the things, it's like harder to get, when something changes so drastically, it can be hard to get used to it.
Once again, good model,
past.
but just doesn't really work so well with this type of theme.
Anyways, let's talk about the one that has the least amount of anything on him. So we can't even see his full body, but I guess we'll still we can't really make a judgment on Specimen.
Seen my contact?
Yeah, we can't really make too much of a judgment on Old Man, but I guess
we have an image of him. We have one image.
We have a singular image, one image.
So let's just stare at this image and take a look at it. Guys, what do you think about this image?
The singular image.
What have they done to me?
It's a face.
The first time I saw this, when did I see this actually? Was it at night? I think I had a nightmare.
Oh no!
It's just scary. It's just too scary. It is very scary, and that's why I say it's good, because it's scary. It's what it's supposed to be. Oh, it became scarier.
Yeah.
I'm scared now.
He definitely resembles more. He gives me more
Clock
Tower
Tower
vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely looks more like the clock. He looks more uglier, more like, this looks like an old man who's gonna do some bad stuff. I mean, I would not trust that guy. The old, he could have sat had tea with him, ate some peppers maybe. This guy wants you dead. This guy ain't friendly. He's got that creepy, murderous, psychopath smile on him. Like,
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
It's
just for the
definitely
face
psychopath.
alone, he looks like a psychopath.
He doesn't seem like an idiot
gonna kill
anymore.
you.
He's not like.
He looks like he's locked in. Which I think is a good thing, he's actually more serious now, other than the goofy HD one where he was a little goofy. He was a little
My only issue is I think it's once again the coloring. It looks more like a Michael Myers mask. It looks more like a plasticky, plastered face than an actual face.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't really have we don't know what his full head looks like. We don't have the front face because it might change like our complete opinion if we see his front. So it's kind of hard to make good judgments. It's kind of just first impressions. Like I said, when the update comes out, or if they tease Old Man more in another thing, we'll know. But as of right now, this is kind of all we have.
That's all we have.
Now it's time for what is easily the worst chase. Well, it might not be the worst chase yet.
Yeah, it may not be. We'll see. Well, this update hopefully will fix the chase duration. I think that's everyone's biggest complaint.
Yeah,
was the 39-room chase.
Now, this is easily the worst chase yet.
Thank you, Xuxu.
First of all, not even looking at the model because I'm gonna talk about that later. The fact that we can see her in the water now is good and bad at the same time because the amnesia thingy is going, you know, the idea of it is kind of thrown away. But the model itself is great. No bad thing about it. It's great. The hair, the tail, everything is great. I don't have anything about the model.
I think that's the least model that got changed.
Wait, what did you say, Brosket?
I said, I think that's the least model that got changed.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, of course.
It is different, but it's really good. I love the model.
Yeah, and one of the things I think is really good that I really like is the fact that it's actually put to use. One of the things I didn't really like was that they had a whole model for her. It's in one singular thing. You could argue there's other models like the Slugs that only show up in one room too, but they at least do something. She quite literally sat there as a still model. She kind of just flopped in the water and then
that's all you saw.
Else.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm saying it's good that she's what it's gonna be now. It's just that, you know, the reference that
the
she
original reference.
Yeah, so let's get into that a little bit because I completely agree with Xuxu. I'm 50-50 on this. Like, seeing her in the water, a lot of people wanted to. They were disappointed they couldn't see her in the water. And I think it's cool that you can. But that takes away from what she's referenced to, which is amnesia. And the fact that you don't, in the water monster, you don't see her in the water, right? So the fact that we see her now is a cool thing. We get to see her roaming around. It's easier to tell where she is. And it's a neat little detail. It's more realistic now. But does it really fit with the reference of Amnesia, Dark Descent? That's the question here.
One thing I do like it makes more sense now, because I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too familiar with Amnesia, but I'm pretty sure you couldn't really see the bottom of the water very well. Can you see the bottom of the floor when you're standing on crates in Amnesia? Can you see the bottom of the floor? In Spookies, you can see clearly the floor, and there's a splash in there, which is a little silly because
I agree with that. I do agree with that. If we didn't see the floor, it would make more sense, but we do.
It'd make more sense.
And that's why it just doesn't make any sense. It's not as realistic. I know what they were going for, the amnesia reference, and I think nothing wrong with that. Kira did fine. But I think that in this, and when it comes to like in this game, in HD especially, seeing Siren makes more sense, I would say, in a logical sense.
Yeah. It makes more sense you can see her.
But I'm still 50-50 on it, how I feel about it.
Like I said, it does remove some of the reference, but at the same time, it is cool we can see her now.
It's great. The model's great. I like that the model is good. At least it's a good model, so we get to see something that's actually not garbage. So...
Wow, it's over here.
Hey, no, I'm just referring to Taker Boss.
Okay, yeah. Whoa, anyways, yeah, also I like that her tail is more like shark, like if you notice, she's got like little like almost like shark like spikes on her tail now, which I think is a nice little detail. It makes her look like more like a monster and not like some pretty mermaid.
I'm gonna throw my hat into the ring of the whole being able to see her thing. I think the fear of unknown is more scary than mermaid.
True.
That is true. I told you I like being able to see her.
As someone who plays Subnautica, being able to hear something but not see it is one of the most terrifying things ever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You know that it's around, but you can't see it. You don't know where it is.
Now I just realized something. Not being able to see, we don't see her face, and then in the death screen we do. We kind of don't see how scary she is. And then we learn that
you're right, because if we don't see her the entire time, but in our death scene we get to finally see her.
You can see her on the box too, though. You can get a good look at her face on the box.
Well, part of it, not the full face, especially in OG. You really can't see it at all.
Pretty, that's what I'm saying. She's pretty.
Actually,
Yeah.
one thing I do like is that we also can't see her eyes. In the original HD model, if you look at the original model, you could actually see her eyes and like through her hair, which I like that in the new model, you can't see her eyes anymore, only her mouth, which fits more with the death screen.
It does.
Where
yeah,
you
that's
can't see
true.
her eyes at all, and then she reveals her eyes and face.
I guess that's it for the easily the worst chase yet. Well, hopefully it will not be the easily the worst chase yet anymore.
Now we get to talk about
Time for the unknowns. All right.
Only 2 of them. Anyways, it's time for Otto.
I will say it's much more detailed, so because of that, I love it. The old one is compared to the old one, this one is much better. The soup one is much better, and that's all I have to say.
Agreed. We found another one
first
Ryan
one-
J likes.
This one is my favorite model in the entire S.O.U.P update.
True. The first one looks like it's from FNAF 1, and the second one looks like it's the withered version.
Yeah,
Of it.
kind of. It's like the withered animatronic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my only complaint is it takes.
The first model looks like it was made in like 20 minutes. The other model looks like it was actually a FNAF
You mean
model.
that, compared to OG Sprite that took about 20 seconds to make.
Yeah, it's just much more detailed, much more polished. Probably moves better. We don't see it that much in the trailer, but
you just see like him opening his mouth, doing like shaking his head around.
Yeah. So you have one little complaint about it?
My one complaint is it removes some of the joke factor of the original. That is my only
that is fair as well. But then
model.
I think that the original HD model was taking away some of the joke factor, at least for me. I don't know. I just felt like he was a little.
I guess it has less of his waddle that he had in OG, which made him even silly.
I mean, he still does kind of waddle though, and it's really stupid. Like he's still really dumb looking with his animation and stuff, which I like. He's still really stupid in HD. His death screen is really stupid too, with the pizzas flying around is especially a nice touch.
Yeah.
The new model is, I mean, it's good. I like it. It's better looking, but it feels more scarier, which also takes away from some of what made the original a joke.
And I can see that might be the reason why he's not my favorite of them all, because of that one little thing. Otherwise, I think as a model itself,
as a model,
it's really
great.
good. I mean, I really like it.
It's really good.
He's
He's an animatronic. I mean, he's more scarier now, but the only thing is it takes away unless someone cooks up a new chase theme and they make him scarier in the game. Well, we don't know. Is he still going to be a joke?
I still want to keep them as a joke. No, I want him to be a joke because it's
we
Otto.
don't know.
It's Otto. Come on, he has to be a joke. He's our boy Otto.
The new endless chases are gonna have to be Ban. That's gonna be the new joke chase for these guys. Akila Bird is the new chase. Anyways, time for not the parasite but actual Spooper this time.
Huh? Did someone say something? Oh, okay, it was nothing. Don't worry, guys, it was nothing. Huh? I really thought I heard something that time. Oh. Huh?
I mean, he looks pretty similar to the original.
Yeah, the same with 13.
I really don't have much to just really say about him. I mean, he's just doesn't really. I mean, he's.
But I will
fine,
say,
but...
I like him more because did somebody say something?
The shading. I like the shading and stuff.
The shading is a lot.
It looks more fluid. So I don't see. I think it's more fluid, so it's nicer.
As long as he doesn't turn his head like that while we're moving.
Yeah, I was assuming that's not. I was gonna pull a full.
That'd be very bizarre and awkward. But otherwise, it's good. It's fine. I'm in the middle when it comes to this one. I really don't have too many.
Though. I like it more detailed.
I'm indifferent.
Feels more like a ghost costume now. It's more detailed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. So next is the hallucination.
Next up is the hallucination. So so first thing we should state is that we already know its texture is gonna be changed because they actually said they agreed that it's too smooth. AMG themselves were like, yeah, this is kind of too smooth.
So they confirmed that.
So
for
we already
viewers
know
watching,
its
we
texture.
know this is not going to be the final result, most likely.
Yeah, we already know its texture is going to be changed a little bit. All right, so going off of the design,
I can't stop seeing an 8-ball in the middle.
Yeah,
me neither.
It's like a little 8. Which
Yeah,
I think
there's an 8 there. There's an 8
kind
there.
of creepy, actually.
Hello, neighbor.
I will be completely honest on my end. The first time I saw this, I said, what is that? What
I remember
the
you saying that.
hell is that? I just said this, but now that I look at it better, it looks a little bit goofy. But like, I like that I like the coloring. I like the clay. You know, the clay look. I kind of like it. For meme purposes, I kind of used it, but I think I like it more now. I don't know. Maybe it looks more. It needs more polishing.
Yeah, it needs more texturing, but otherwise, I mean, it looks like the parrot. It's got the little bone things coming out of its arms. It's got the meaty. It looks human. It's like those meaty arm things that look really weird. It's got the creepy eye that looks not human with the little 8 figure in its eye. Makes it look not like a human thing. It looks like some creature, which I think is really nice. My only problem is it needs to be textured a bit more. Otherwise,
texture issue, and it looks a little too clayish. Other than that, boom, it'll be fine.
Yep, that's the hallucination, all right.
Oh, jeez, I can't believe I'm late for class.
Yeah.
Ryan, is that you?
Turns into monkey.
That's
Ryan,
not.
that's you, right?
No.
No? No, wait.
No,
Oh,
It's not like
Ryan.
me.
Yes, I'm sorry.
it kind of does.
Bud just turns into monkey.
I guess I just always sound like a monkey to you all.
Okay.
Last but not least, as far as the for actual
The main guy.
guy models here, Nightmares, and wow, I am impressed. It's one of my favorites as well.
I really like it. It looks very fluid, but the animation looks a little weird so far.
That could be changed. Obviously, that could be that maybe just be for the video.
It might also be the
animation
fact
is
that
not-
we all. I could also. It's also the fact.
I
that
mean, to me, he looks like he's a soldier that's like running between like different points of cover.
Yeah, that's kind of like the reason it looks goofy. Also, it could just be the fact that the guy voicing it literally saying he's late for class and is like goofing off. But
Yeah,
we
of course.
obviously had like, if you played like some spooky music over this, like the nightmare thing, and this guy came running at you like that, I mean, I would be kind of scared. He looks like some kind of nightmare thing. He's got the holes. It looks like the nightmare is a 3D model.
Yeah,
I mean, it literally.
that's why
is.
I like it. I think model-wise, it's perfect. When I saw this for the first time, I was very impressed.
Yeah, and I like the helmet moving. I mean, it looks like a soldier running into the field of battle, you know, with this weapon and everything, you know. Except it's kind of messed up too because it's like not really a human. It's, you know, a nightmare. Like I said, this is the only teaser either. It's like a
just
work
the
in
running
progress.
animation looks a little weird to me, but the rest is great.
Yeah.
I guess moving on to the last little things, which
Yeah,
are
the only things are like
3D
some stuff like
skellies!
the bones, like the 3D skellies, the bones. They're
No way, best character ever.
Oh yeah, that's the best one in the whole thing. That's it.
Yep,
All right, guys, thanks for watching. No, so yeah,
And
they're fine.
They
do the job.
The only other thing is like, of course, like info. Like for example, the Husk model is getting changed. Apparently, the Cat DOS portraits from like this tweet where they said someone's like, "Will the portraits on the screen be updated?" And Albino says they sure will be. Which I don't know what that means. Like, are we actually getting updated portraits for the new models? That'd be
Probably.
kinda
I think
crazy.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And then of course
Also, the bones are great. I didn't get
yeah,
to
the
see
bones.
Yeah, our
And then, of
3D
course-
bones are
Yeah, they
nice.
are.
Last up is the new endless specimens. Which we
Yeah,
don't know
so
about
for those who aren't aware, we are going to be getting some new endless specimens, and I guess we'll finish out this video by trying to give our theories on what they could be briefly. What do you think? What do you guys think could be? Baldy?
Baldy is #1 because Sheena literally said she wanted him in the game, but at the time she asked, the creator was like, and you know, it wasn't really, you know, they couldn't get to work out. They couldn't get like yeah, but you know, things can always change. So it's 2025 now, and who knows how long ago that was. So for all we know,
Well, I mean, Baldy came out in 2018.
yeah. So
That's when the
Okay.
first version of Baldi.
So it could be Baldy, or it could be
Could be
somebody like Monster One.
Yeah,
People have been
Monster
saying
One-
Monster One could be a big could happen, but I'm not so sure about that yet. I'm not so sure about
they
that yet.
they are hesitant on revealing if it's somebody new or old.
Yeah, that's what we don't
I think
know.
it's kind of sus that they're not telling us if it's new or old.
My
They're just saying,
theory-
oh, it's gonna be completely new.
My theory, if it is somebody completely new, and I've told you guys this, but not the viewers. It could be
Galvanize.
an enemy from Galvanize, from Albino Moose Games. It's their newest game that's still in development, right? It's still being
apparently
Yeah.
apparently soon there's gonna be a demo, like the first chapter or whatever, like is coming out soon. So that's gonna be.
And I was thinking that it would be a great way for them to promote that game by putting an enemy from that game into endless mode, but we don't know what it would be, how they would do it. That's a possibility, but if it's not that, it's just I'm just throwing out theories. That's just probably wrong. But Baldi is possible. Monster 1 is possible. I'm very doubtful of beating, but like Frenzy.
I don't think we're getting Frenzy.
No, we're not getting Frenzy. I mean,
Since we have so many Silent Hills reference because Kira likes Silent Hill. Imagine if we get Pyramid Head.
oh, Pekka would scream.
Yes.
Bab already kind of does have the knife.
Yeah.
Pyramid
Yeah,
head.
I know. I'm just trying to give more ideas because I don't have many ideas.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody else right now. Oh God, no! Please don't.
No.
It wouldn't be exactly from Ban Ban. It'd be based on Ban Ban. It'd be like something.
Oh,
based
yeah.
on
No,
Ban Ban.
look, Myetal, I will be genuine with you. All door monsters would be there, but Bam Bam wouldn't.
Yeah. Probably no, absolutely not. Unless they make it a joke character.
Maybe
That'd be
Poppy
the only way.
Playtime?
No, that would
Oh,
be an
gosh.
interesting one.
That
Huggy
one,
Wuggy
no.
Chase.
That's not gonna happen.
How many do you think there will be? Maybe 2, 3?
No, they said multiple. They said
Multiple could be
specimens,
2 or
plural.
3 or 4.
They said a few. We're adding a few, so 2, 3, or 4. You know, or 5 even. So we don't.
Probably
know
not
how
that many. I would say probably 3.
I'm thinking
3
3.
is my estimate.
3. 3 is my guess. One.
All right.
I'm thinking Monster 1 and 2 new ones. That's my
Yeah.
guess.
Galvanized,
Here's my opinion
Monster
on this.
1, and one more.
And Baldi.
Baldi.
My opinion on this is I'm just not going to speculate because if I get too invested on a speculation, then I'm going to be disappointed when
Woody
it
theory?
absolutely will be.
That's all Nintendo Directs in a nutshell right there.
Yoshi Spampton. Imagine Spampton.
Yeah. Yeah, Spampton shows up.
Yeah.
you all of a
Unless
sudden
it's
get
like a
phone call.
really stupid like joke speculation, like
No,
I don't know.
Stan.
Yeah, Stan.
Sans?
Sans shows up. You want to
Sans
have a
and
bad
Bookies,
time?
Yes. That is our thoughts on the S.O.U.P models at this point. I mean, I'm very indifferent in a lot of them, and I have some negative opinions on a lot of them, but there's some that I have positive opinions on, and I guess nothing is finalized, like we said. We will see.
No, until it ships. So
When
we
it
won't-
ships,
No,
yes.
no, even better.
It can all be changed.
There's a 1% chance that instead of Otto, Freddy chases you.
Yeah.
It's Freddy Fazbear.
Perfect. Well, I mean, I'll just say that OG will always be my favorite version, but I'm hoping that some of the S.O.U.P models will really resonate with me when I play this, and it's not going to change my opinion. It's not going to make me love it more than OG, but I can appreciate it more. I can appreciate the game more if a lot of it turns out to be really good. We'll just see. I mean, I'm just
We'll
gonna
have to see what happens.
We don't know.
Yes, Ryan appreciates stuff. Appreciation.
Yes, it doesn't mean I don't hate any version. I just have my opinions. You all know that, and I try to give credit where credit is due, and that's what I did today. So it was a lot of fun, and we'll look forward to whenever this ships in a couple thousand years.
Actually, it's gonna probably be like this year.
Bye, everyone.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
we
3D
began
guy
69.
69.
Yeah, something.
You're both saying.
Get off the video.
Get off the video.
Ignore the animation. The model is amazing. I love the model. It's probably one of my favorites. Not to mention, you know, this.
Myetal?
Oh god. Ignore all the bad things. That's what Myetal likes to do. Ignoring all the bad
Head. If you look at his
things.
side angle with his bald head, you know, he literally
died
looks like
for,
a
like-
human head.
Yeah,
that
Myetal
came
died for
out
like
of,
25 seconds.
You know.
Oh god.
I
Well,
don't think you can even hear us.
Myetal.
Myetal!
Bringing everything. Ignoring the animation.
Yoshi moment. Yoshi moment.
That's a blooper and a half.